Factsverse presents Off-duty cop interrupts their date after overhearing this conversation. There are some people in this world who are rude. Some people are just downright mean. Most of the time, these people just don't care if others see their horrible behavior. They assume that they're better than everybody else, so they can get away with being a jerk. Well, a Reddit user was on a date recently at a restaurant with a young lady, and he was being rude and obnoxious. Fortunately, there was somebody nearby willing to step in. An off-duty cop. We'll give you the whole story in just a moment. First, help us spread the word about Factsverse by clicking that like button. And also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. This story was posted online not by the off-duty officer but by a Reddit user who was dining at the restaurant and saw all of this go down. The Reddit user was having dinner with his girlfriend and he could hear the couple at the next table. The man was being incredibly rude and disrespectful. The woman appeared to be rushing through her appetizer. She was likely trying to finish the meal so that they could get out of there. She obviously knew that her boyfriend was being rude. Well, while she was eating, the man said, "Well, at least you could swallow, right?" The woman looked embarrassed, of course. The man was speaking loud enough the people at the nearby tables could hear without having to strain. The woman let him know that he was being inappropriate and he used his hand to shoo her away and said, "Oh, calm down. I was going to find out in a few hours anyway." Well, the man couldn't hear what the woman said because she was speaking in hushed tones, but could hear a few swear words coming towards her. It was what the man said next that made the man especially angry. The man said to his date, "Sweetheart, I picked you up and I know where you live." But when he said that, the color in the woman's face drained. The Reddit user was ready to get up and say something. He was 23 years old, he was in good shape, he was sure that he could take the man down if it came down to it. And just as the man was ready to get up, a man in his mid-50s walked over to him. He put his hand on the man's shoulder and told him to sit back down. He said that he would handle it. The older man sounded very confident in himself, so the man stayed at his table with his date. The older man grabbed a nearby chair and he sat down. He took out his wallet and it contained his police badge. The officer let the man know that he was eating dinner with his daughter when he heard him threaten his date. When he asked the man to explain himself, the man stuttered and had nothing to say. The officer gave the man two options. He said that he could leave his ID with him while he settles up the bill, the woman's dinner included, or he could call some of his fellow officers and have him arrested. The man gave the officer his ID and hurried to the counter to pay. When he left the table, the woman told the officer that she didn't have a ride home. He offered to have her join him and his daughter so that she could finish her meal and they would take her home afterward. She happily agreed. When the man walked away, the woman thanked the officer. When the man returned, he confirmed that he had paid the bill. The officer told him that he had his name and his address now, and he told him that if he ever contacted the woman again, he would be arrested. The man promised not to contact the woman ever again and left the restaurant. The woman joined the officer and his daughter, and they all enjoyed their dinner together. The Reddit user who posted this says that he was sitting at his table listening to this entire conversation that the trio at the next table was having. They were talking like they were old friends, and at the end of the post, he mentioned that the officer was now his hero. The Reddit user believed that it was the best way to handle the situation. What the officer did for that woman was amazing. He turned what could have been a horrible, possibly violent night for the woman into a nice time. He also made sure that she would get home safely. What would you have done if you had overheard this conversation? Tell us in the comments below and subscribe for more.